Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, the Rising Show with EMPRESSELLAGEE. How are you this morning? Or
Grand
this
Rising,
whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean?
The Rising Show.
The thing we do while we clean our eyes. Or clear our
Yes.
throat.
Yes. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Brother Lance. How you doing?
It's another wonderful day.
It's a
we have to
beautiful day.
face reality. I'm waking up to some elderberry tea here. It's tasting pretty good.
Nice, very nice.
So you know, I'm gonna bombard my system with all kind of things ever since I just got over that flu. You hear an occasional cough here and there because, like I said, even though there's a difference in time, I'm still waking up. This is still my morning. I was up. You know, I don't know when I dozed off. I was supposed to get back with you. I was going to do something, but I took care of the business with that particular show, and they'll be playing it today later on.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm just glad to be up and looking forward to a new day. I got to do a few things this afternoon after the show, but that's okay. We have time to talk about the things we're going to talk about.
Right. Hello, everyone. Good to see you all.
See your greetings, because you haven't done that in a while.
I haven't done that. Let's see who's here. Hi, Nana. Hi, Philosophy of Hustle. Hi, Synovia. Always here. Hi, Eileen. Good to see you. Good to see you all. Thank you. And all the rest who haven't come into the chat as yet. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Oh yeah, there'll be a couple of late passes coming in. So
I know. But that's okay. That's okay. You know, we're happy to see everyone here at the moment. Hit the like button as you come in, family. You know, just like and share the videos.
And that means a lot too, especially under the current climate of how YouTube is treating me and treating us and all those on this platform. That's weird. You know, you wake up and, you know, I know I say some risky things, and I know I say some things that are right on the line, but there is a line for a reason. Okay. Doesn't mean that when you go close to the double yellow line, you're supposed to have a head-on collision. I didn't cross over the line.
Right.
So, you know, I get this email this morning, and let me see where it is here. I got rid of it that fast, huh?
Go into Proton. It's right there still. I mean.
Okay, no, I sent it to you there. Yeah.
So just check it out.
Okay, no, I got it. I'm in Gmail still, but this is the one I sent to you. Okay, here it is. Yes, it says, "Hi, LanceScurv. We have reviewed your content and determined that some content on your channel, LanceScurv, may not be suitable for viewers under the age of 18 per our community guidelines. As a result, we have age restricted these videos. To see the specific content that has been age restricted, visit YouTube Studio and use the age restricted filter. Please note that it may take up to 24 hours for this content to be age restricted, so you may not, or you may need to check in again tomorrow to see all of your age restricted videos. We haven't applied a strike to your channel, and your content is still live for some users on YouTube. Keep reading for more details on what this means and steps you can take if you'd like to appeal this decision." So there's more to it than that. Nothing to get scared of, but basically we are watching you. And basically, because we're watching you, we're trying to get you a strike, but we just can't do it. But we're going to strike you on the wrist and do this to you. So certain videos, unless you're logged in and over 18 and can prove that by your information that's in your Gmail account or the account that you use to watch YouTube, unless you're 18, over 18, you know, or logged in, you're not going to see it. So it's just a way of keeping you your content from being seen. So
hiding.
Yeah. But I got well over 4,000, going near 5,000 videos. What do I care if they nip off a few of them? But what I'm saying is that you got to be careful with these little buggers, because when they see your enthusiasm, and when you have a channel like this, that speaks the way we do, especially yesterday, they don't like it. It's funny that they would do this after yesterday, and we spoke so freely about how we felt, but we didn't cross any lines. Right. So that's just the nature of the game, you know, and like I said, that makes me hunker down to stay independent with LanceScurv.com, with other video platforms. So if ever anything happens, these shows are not going to stop. The videos are not going to stop. Just go to LanceScurv.com, where we have everything there. We're totally independent, and really it's a better experience because you have more stuff there. So I'm going to just, every now and then, I'm going to bust out like I have Tourette's. How are you doing this morning, EMPRESSELLAGEE? LanceScurv.com, LanceScurv.com, LanceScurv.com. You know, because it was surprising to me when I did have the strikes early this year, and I had 3 of them. Yes. 2 of them in March and 1 in December, and it kind of disabled me really for the first half of the year with many other things, because once the strike is over, it doesn't mean that everything goes back to normal. You don't have the ability to do super chats. You don't have the ability to do this and do that. So for the first half of this year, I was just like shut down in one sense, but they didn't shut me down because they can't shut me down. Right. But there are things behind the scenes that you just don't know that's going on. So people were saying, well, wow, you know, I can't find this or find that. It's a constant war. It's like Mad Magazine, spy versus spy. It's never going to stop. It's like Israel and Palestine. It's never going to stop, you know? So face that, move on, and just learn how to live with it. And that's what I do. And so we'll continue to talk and have these discussions. That's right.
And people just have to know, you know, stop saying, oh, I haven't seen you for a long time, blah, blah, blah. Always check LanceScurv.com. Always check LanceScurv.com.
That's mine. That's independent. And what we do will always be there. They can't say anything. I can, you know, I wouldn't do it, but I can turn it into a porn site if I wanted to. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that shows you the range of what can and can't be done. Because I don't utilize Google ads. They can't tell me what to do. I can do what I want to do. And that makes me want to do what I want to do on there even more so. I'm going to sprinkle it with a lot of risque. I'm not saying something pornographic, but I'm just saying I'm definitely going to go on a line where you say, man, he can't put this up on YouTube. He can't put this up on Google. You know, and that's what they don't like. And one day they will come around to try to mess with the independent, private web presences. They will do that. They don't like when your name is independent of them. They don't like when you can do what you want to do. It's like that kid who now he's not just in the house as a child, he's over 18 or maybe in the early 20s, and they've worked out a deal with the parents where I'm going to rent this room here. You're my parents. I'm going to respect you. I'm gonna rent this room here. So now I can stay out till 4 o'clock in the morning because I'm renting here.
Right.
The entrance of that room is way around the back of the house. So the younger brothers and sisters like, I want to be able to stay out till 4 o'clock in the morning. You can't until you have that freedom, because that person, that son or that daughter, can rent a room across town and really do what they want to do. So work together like this way, but they will still try to come around and find a way to kind of shut you down. You know, so you know, that being said,
I'm always
go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I'm always amazed that they come at your channel the way they do. And, you know, we can go right on YouTube now that with something that doesn't say age restricted or for adults only or whatever, and see some unbelievable content. It doesn't take much, and it's not too far. Yes.
Naked men in prison, humping around like little maggots on the ground.
Is that what it is? Maggots? You know, but yes, we will, you know, we will always rise above all of that. And, you know.
Yeah. Well, the Seal of Camelot, we'll talk about that when we research it, because I don't know as much to be able to sit here and speak about it and don't know about it. So thanks for the suggestion, and we'll research that. And once we get a little more information, we'll talk about it.
Most definitely. Yes.
Yeah. Today, well, actually yesterday, maybe the day before, but right now it's saturated. This news is saturating the whole airwaves out here. I saw this article, but I heard about it yesterday from another couple of YouTubers that were talking about it briefly. And they were speaking about the mandate the vaccine mandate. I'm going to speak in a very coded way. So since I know that the slave master's watching over this channel, there's certain things I'm not going to say, certain C words and certain 19 numbers. And
right.
know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to speak about this, but there'll be somebody later on, or they'll watch this and listen to this. And why are you talking this way? Because a lot of folks don't listen. So expect that. So let's see who's going to be the dodo for the day. Right in the comment section. Are you talking about so right? Duh. I'm not being condescending. I love everybody, but sometimes we're absent-minded. You know what I mean? Yeah, so here it is. New York City issues vaccine mandate for indoor activities, confuses entire country.
Yes.
New York City will soon require that people show proof of vaccination to eat indoors, to go to shows, but it's not launching another app. Starting in September, New York City will require people to prove they've received at least one dose of the blankety-blank vaccine to eat indoors, visit gyms, and go to theaters. And more than that, they're just giving 3 examples. There'll be some people that said, well, this ain't a gym, and I'm not eating indoors, and this is not a theater. No, everywhere where people congregate, okay? The new program is called Key to New York City Pass. And I'm going to really meditate on that. Key to New York City Pass. But it does not, as the name might imply, involve the release of a new app or vaccine passport. Instead, people can show a paper CDC vaccine card or an existing vaccine passport app to prove their status.
Right.
The initiative marks the first time a major U.S. city rather, has issued a vaccine mandate like this, and it immediately confused the public. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio said in a Tuesday press conference that the Key to New York City Pass, which again is a program, not an app or a vaccine passport, is meant to boost inoculation rates across the city. The announcement comes just a day after New York City Governor Andrew Cuomo encouraged private businesses to require blankety-blank vaccinations for entry to bars and restaurants. Right now, about 30% of adults in New York City still haven't gotten vaccinated. That's about on par with the rest of the United States. Not all the details for the new program are clear. Mayor de Blasio says the program will begin August 16th and that more information about the plan will become available in the coming weeks. The system is launching on a voluntary basis beginning on August 16th, and the city will start enforcing the new requirements on September 13th. After Labor Day, when city officials expect indoor activities to become more popular. City Hall told Recall it planned to do outreach to the affected industries about enforcement of the new rules, but did not provide more details. The goal here is to convince everyone that this is the time. We're going to stop the Delta variant, de Blasio told reporters. That means getting vaccinated right now. De Blasio explained that in addition to showing a CDC card, people can use 2 government-supported apps to prove their status. New York State's Excelsior Pass, which links up to the state's vaccine registry and provides a QR code for venues to scan in order to verify a person's status. The newer New York City Blank Safe app, which is essentially just a handy place to store pictures of CDC vaccine cards, jab test results, and the photo ID. Some have criticized the New York City Safe app for lacking security features, as it does not currently verify the validity of the vaccine credentials. Still, the announcement left many thinking that the Key to New York City Pass program would involve the launch of yet another app. The mixed messaging isn't all that surprising. Since vaccinations came to be, there's been an ongoing confusion about how people can confirm that they've received a vaccine, especially as more companies and businesses have issued their own vaccine mandates. At the same time, private companies have launched a slew of competing apps. Now, there's more to it. I'm not going to just run through the whole thing, but it's here, y'all. And years ago, again, I don't want to say nah, but I did feel that this was coming. Didn't know what it was specifically, but I did a video, and when you listen to it, it was almost as though I was predicting this. And I didn't, but I did in a way. I felt something big coming.
Right.
And what do you think about this?
I feel like, my personal opinion is, the person that implemented these necessary steps and action, this is, like their last hurrah, because someone else is coming into office in I guess November, or whenever they sign that they swear them in. So this is like, how much can I implement, to show that I'm on board with this whole thing before I leave office. You know what I'm saying? Because someone else might come with a whole different mindset, where they're not on board 100% with, enforcing these kinds of actions. So, this is last ditch effort, last hurrah. I'm on board with you, so I'm going to do this. Listen, I want to leave this place.
I know how you feel.
I want to leave, and everybody should be feeling the same way. We shouldn't even be worrying about whether or not they're going to have, whatever pass, and so on and so forth. We should be looking for ways. And I know it's not easy, because if it was easy, I would have been gone already. Okay, so I'm not speaking as if I can just get up and go. But
wow. Yeah. Well,
no, it's it's very unnerving. It's very unnerving, because my family is there. I'm there from time to time. You know what I'm saying? I'm there more than I'm not there these days, because of my mother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the thick of it, so to speak. And, well, the only good thing for me personally is that I don't eat out much, so that doesn't bother me. But I have children that are in the restaurant industry, and my biggest concern is that, they're going to want them to do certain things in order to continue working. Granted, none of them are on board. So, we'll see how, how that all fares out. But I feel like it should be left up to, especially if you're a private enterprise, it should be left up to those individuals if that's what they want to do. It shouldn't be a mandate at every single location. This is what you must do, because now it's not voluntary. Now you're forcing people to do certain things. You know what I mean? You can put it out there and say, hey, we've given you the right to say that, you can't enter my facility unless this is this and that is that. But that's a choice.
Well, there's going to be a lot of folks that's going to lose business.
Yes.
There's going to be a struggle on so many different fronts that we don't even understand the domino effect of what is about to happen. Because remember, they're laying this all out, but there's a thing called emotions. There's a thing called frustrations. Now, every person who has a business like a gym or a theater, a restaurant, they have the right to say what it is that you need to do to come in there. Can you discipline yourself to let go of these things? You have a favorite shop where you like to eat and they make a sandwich a certain way. Well, you need to start learning how to make that sandwich yourself.
Yes,
you like
indeed.
to go to particular gyms. You may not have the space for a gym, but you better start learning how to work out on your own. And if you do have the space, stock up on the equipment that you need to work out.
Yeah,
we have to be more independent. You talk about going to the theater. Why do we have to go to the theater? Wait for it to come out on DVD or online, right? Hit them back with your discipline. That's the problem with a lot of us out here. We don't have any damn discipline.
That's the problem.
How am I going to go to the restaurant?
I know how to make everything.
Everything was gone. Now's the time that we have to think extreme. And I'm not going to pat myself on the back and say, yes, I saw it and I left, whatever, because I wanted to leave long before anyway, decades before. Didn't know it was going to be exactly here. But in my mind, America wasn't just going to be the place for me, because I know how I like to live. I know what it is that satisfies me. I know what it is that truly means something to me.
Exactly.
That is not the life I wanted to live. I was born and raised there, and I loved it. And I do love it, the it that used to be before, not the it of American living and New York City living that is now, because I saw how much of a hook it was to people to make them weak. That they're hooked on. Come on, Bill, let's go to Starbucks. Let's get some coffee. Let's go over to get some spaghetti. Let's do this and let's do that. I said to myself, what happened if you strip this all away? Lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's so far away from nature. I figured it out a long time ago. Get the damn hell back to nature.
Yes.
What is this devil going to take nature away?
Yes.
See, so even though I'm here right now, I'm plotting ways to go deeper into nature.
Exactly.
And when I get there, I'm going to go even deeper. I'm going to get another spot where there's no electricity, where there's no lights, where there's no gas for cooking, where there's no signal.
Right.
And you better be able to live like that and enjoy it just in case, because they want to take your very life away from you, what you think is your life. But this is not you.
Yeah.
This is not. But we're so attached to it. Let them do what they want to do. What people need to do now is just boycott everything.
Indeed.
But some have already got the jab and they want to carry on fine. But let the rest who they're trying to squeeze, leave it alone. Let all those businesses drop that great percentage where they say, wait, we don't have the business we used to have. We need to relax this.
Yep.
I have other feelings on it that I'm not going to speak on because they will strike this video.
I know.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it on LanceScurv.com. I'm going to go in deep and just say what it is.
Please, because, I'll have to watch my mouth. I'm trying to.
I got to watch my mouth and I got to wash my mouth.
Oh dear. You're right, though. I just forgot what I was going to say. I was going to piggyback on your going deep into nature. Mrs. Scurv did that video yesterday, even though she was talking about, loving yourself first and so on. She hit some good points. We have to learn how to plant, learn how to cultivate, basically, learn how to farm. Mini, large, whatever in between, learn how to do things for yourself, learn how to cook certain things for yourself. The same foods that you're going out at, you want to go to a restaurant. And I get the point that we want to socialize. It's something, but most times it's not just about going out and home. Well, that's what I'm about to say. We want to socialize, and so we want to meet up with our friends, and we want to go out and we want to get together and want to eat. Well, you know what? Learn how to cook those foods. Learn how to prepare those same meals that you're going out there to eat, and have your friends over, have company over, and sit around and have game night, whatever. I mean, a lot of people do that now. Well, more people are going to have to do that. More and more and more. That's what we're going to have to do. Listen to me. You know what I saw yesterday? The same person who said that, we have to have the pass, said that we should start wearing masks inside our homes. What the fuck? We should start wearing masks inside our homes. How the hell does that work?
That means you're just going to have to wear a mask like 24/7. They're busting you out. When you're sleeping, if you're not sleeping with the mask, they just yank you out of there. You didn't even wake up yet.
Can you imagine that someone would say something as ludicrous? You know what? We can't say it. It's like, what do they know? What do they know? What do they know?
Oh, they know what they want, how they want us, right? And I'll just say this, and this is kind of strong, but it's already figured out. The end game for them is already figured out. They will do whatever they need to do in their mind. They will. I keep telling people for years, and I'm gonna keep saying it again, and this can't get me in trouble, but all of these different seemingly unrelated factions are related and they work together.
Yes.
Like good cop, bad cop.
Yes.
You get caught up in the Republican, in the Democrat, in the liberal, in the conservative, in the independent and libertarian on a political level. They are all working together. They may have minor manufactured differences to entertain us, to keep us on the edge of our seat and say certain things. Look at that. Trump came and left. Obama came and left twice. He had two of them. And they're gone. What did they do? Look where it led us. Look where we are. Politics, number one, is not the answer, but it's a big distraction. Now, you got the political wing of everything. I have been saying this and had to endure being called a conspiracy theorist and a nutcase and somebody who's focused on the wrong things. You're too uptight, Scurv. Relax a little bit and live. There's no conspiracies like this. Well, what do you think this is? This is reality. This is beyond that. I'm not one of them dudes in Main Street, USA with a big placard talking about the world is going to end tomorrow. No, I'm not one of those guys. The world ain't going to end tomorrow, but it's damn sure going to change.
Yes, it is.
And let me tell you this, the media. Too many of us don't. This is what you need to put the mask on your mind for, y'all. I'm not going to say, I almost said it, right? That other mask on your nose, it is what it is. But the real mask you need to be wearing is the mask of your mind.
Exactly.
The mask and filter on your head. We're like pigs with slop. It is too entertaining. I know, because I am online many hours for the day, because this is what I do. This is a hobby that's turned into something a little bigger. I love it. I do it, but it's not going to affect me, and it's not going to change me. I used to get a lot of interviews many, many years ago in the early 2000s when I was just drawing and just writing, of people who, oh, that's kind of an interesting thought. They don't want to hear from me now because I haven't changed.
Right.
I haven't changed. They had me come on like, okay, Lance, entertain us with this conspiracy stuff. I have always been that way. I'm talking about from way back. I had a supervisor on the job back in the early 90s. So, Lance, these markings of the dollar bill, explain this to me again. And he elbowed a coworker like, see, he's going to talk about this crazy stuff. He's going to talk about the powers that be. He's going to talk about how decades from now, life will be different. Good stuff, Lance. He's a smart guy, but I don't know. I think he fell and hit his head. So I'm not having fun now.
No,
I'm not having a great nan moment. No,
you can't.
All I'm saying is open up your mind and look at what's there.
Right.
So too many of us. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. No, everything that you're saying is absolutely correct. I just wanted to say something before it scrolls past. Someone said it's global, so where can one leave and go to? Well, you know what? It is global, hon. But a lot of us live in a concrete jungle. Okay, so we don't have access to, land, proper land that we can do certain things for ourselves, where other places, other continents, hint, hint, have an abundance of land space that we can go there. You can go into mountains, you can, and it doesn't even have to be that particular continent. It could be an island, where you can go into the mountains. If possible, if you have family, if you have friends, if you have the means, and
a climate that's like that to your liking.
That's exactly. But even if you stay here, we need to figure out where can we go. And I'm speaking it, and I'm in a lot of you guys' position. So understand that. It's just something I'm putting out there so that everybody can be thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? We need to find ourselves in places where we can do for ourselves. We can grow our own food. We can, if you still eat meat, if that's your thing, grow your own cattle, grow your own chickens, grow your own, whatever it is that you need, self-sufficiency. And we need to be helping each other. It's not every man for himself anymore. It can't be every man for himself. We have to be looking out for each other. So that's where that is. It's not about, well, I can't leave. A lot of us might not be able to leave, but we have to figure out where else can we go within the confines of where we are right now.
Yes, indeed. And thank you, 7420 TV LLC. We don't have the conference. I mean, I can have you call in on the phone, but it may not come through the way I want. Next week, we're going to start that. But what I'll do, if you want, I'll let you come on in and say a few words shortly. I'm just want to say a few more things, but I will drop the link here in the chat room where you can come on in.
Yeah, that's a good idea because I thought about that.
Or your computer, just make sure you have something on that you're decent. There's not much background noise. You can show your face, or you don't have to show your face. And I'll just, when you come on in, I'll open everything up that way. Right. So, and that goes for everybody else too. You know, with these shows we're doing like that, until I get my other equipment set up, I'm learning some things. So I want to do my call-ins better. I can actually do it right now, but I want to do it the way that I'm going to do it. That's going to be so dope in a couple of weeks.
Right.
So that being said, 7420 TV, I'm gonna drop that in a second, you know, and that's for everybody too, but I'll give you preferential treatment, and thanks to the love and thanks to the support, and we're just gonna keep on going with this. But like I said, it's time to look within, and I'm gonna repeat some things I said. And again, this is not to make myself seem like I'm some prophetic guru. I would not come out here online like many of the frauds who used to be associated with me and throwing a dashiki and an ankh and a hat and talk and rob other people's content and just, you know, verbally plagiarize like that. I don't do that. I speak from the heart. I'm not just a internet fraud who was recently created. I've been talking this way my whole life. Right. My whole life before there was a YouTube, but my whole life before there was an internet as we know it, when the internet was just a governmental thing. And people used to come past my house in the early 80s and hear me blasting my Farrakhan tapes. You know what I mean? And I'm listening to this stuff deep, and I'm thinking, that's why the transition for me has been so much easier, because I have always been in that mental state of mind. I've had close friends of mine argue with me, and I never push my stuff on people. But if you ask me, I'm going to tell you. Right. You understand? I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to hold back to the risk of being labeled a nut. Well, look at the world the way it is now. It's the nut that is in position now, right? So that being said, all I'm saying is that we're going to have to get rid of, and like it was said in the training in the chat room earlier, just a few moments ago, this is a time of training. Mm-hmm. This is a training period. The training period should have already been. Look at how we've been treated as Black people. See, that's my concern. The whole world's going to go crazy with all this stuff. But my concern is the stolen African, the Black people, the melanated people across the planet. Because no matter what happens, when you see stuff like this, you have to understand that we're going to catch the worst end of it. Yes. We're going to catch the worst end of it. So while we're looking at this thing that's used in a general way, they will always have a way to let their own have a way out. The poor of them, one thing, the ignorant of them, or those who don't have status, they're going to get crushed like us, that they want to have us crushed. We're not going to get crushed if we're wise. I'm going to have maybe a secret type show that the world doesn't hear, maybe a conference line. There's something that I want to talk about from now that we can prevent certain things in the future. Okay. You see what I mean? Okay. So this is not just like, oh, he's getting out there to talk a certain way just to get YouTube hits. As you heard earlier in the show, YouTube is age restricting many of my videos. They're watching me. They probably wanted to give me a strike. We just can't find a video to strike him and shut him down for another week or take his channel. He's talking too bold, but we can't touch him. You understand? So this is what we live. But we have to understand, what is the end game? What is the end game with all of this? Yes. Some will say this is authentic and it's not, whatever. I can't say those things on their platform like that, but you know what it is. But what is the end game? And you have to scramble right now with a sense of urgency. Yes. Because look what they're talking about. Oh, on September 16th, this is going to be, and on August so-and-so. This is right upon us.
But look.
This ain't some vague next year thing. And remember, I said this before all of this came to be. And when was it? 2019? They said for 2020 that you had to have that little mark on your license. Yes. They knew what they were doing from way back then. They didn't know exactly how they were going to do it, but they made that something, and they made noise about that, and they kind of shut up about it. But you had to, because they were whispering about how we're going to do this thing and how we're going to limit travel, and it's still going to be in effect. Let's not forget about that end of things. True. See, our minds in this modern day society, as distracted and gullible as or misinformed as it's been, it's almost like a dude who's 6'5" in a cold room trying to sleep with a sheet or a cover that's 5 feet long. You got to decide if your head's going to be cold and your feet are warm, or your head's going to be warm and your feet are going to be cold. But it's not going to cover everything. But you have to be small enough to know how to bend up in the fetal position and keep yourself completely warm, which means thinking outside of the box.
Turn it diagonally.
And that's something we don't do. We sit here like gullible trained puppies. And did you see what happened on the TV last night? You have to think, why are you telling me this? You have to go to independent news sources. We have the daggone internet, and all we can do is talk to somebody across town about the latest penis that Kim Kardashian is sucking. That's what we talk about, and things along those lines. And to keep the whole Lil Nas X things out there, and we know what that's doing to the minds of our children.
And
we have the right to talk about those things.
That's a distraction.
But it's more and more hyped up distractions. If you look at your screen on the computer, when they come out with these stories, the colors are vibrant. The sounds are in super stereo, something beyond stereo and surround sound.
Yeah.
The news is so sensationalized. You can't help but be drawn to it. I'm drawn to it, but I know why they're doing it.
Right.
But when it's too sweet, don't trust it. There's poison in the sugar. There's poison in the candy. And with the music, we're musical people. There's poison in the beats.
Yes.
We love music, but it's a wrong vibration right now for us. What they're lacing it with. Like when you go out on Halloween back in the day, they say, don't bite into them apples. There might be a razor blade in that bad boy. Well, they don't have to do that anymore. We walk right to it. So how disciplined are we, and how can we put over our mind? Question everything they give you for information. Think outside the box and be disciplined. Be ready to reject something from them before you're ready to accept it.
Exactly.
Dangling this thing called normalcy in front of you. Yes. Well, if you want things to go back to normal, just take the shot. So and so and so and so, just take the shot. Look what they did with the Vex that thing up. Video, with Juvenile and Manny Fresh. Basically, they're saying for us to go back to having good sex again, we got to be vaxxed up. But nobody's talking about HIV anymore. That's still in the black community, killing us all. Oh, it's killing niggas. We don't have to talk about it anymore. We got it under control. Hey, Brad, we can take that morning after or that morning before pillow, the thing that reduces the chance of getting AIDS. We can't afford that. We still counting pennies at the corner store and begging the guy who owns it. Well, listen, I'll pay you next week when I get paid, man. I'm $20 short. And they got their way out. See, when they have their way out, they don't give a damn about you.
Exactly.
Sometimes as black people, we are misinformed or informed too late. I didn't know about so-and-so. What you mean? I gotta have this thing, man, tomorrow. I ain't got no money for that. When you should have been paying damn mind on past distractions. Exactly. Look at the corny things they put out in fine print. Be informed, y'all. You have to be informed. Reach out to people in other countries. Not news people, but regular people in these chat rooms.
That's right.
Let's be corny with it. When was the last time you went to a Bangladesh chat room? Nobody does that.
Nobody does that.
But go and explore past off the beaten path.
Yeah, that's true.
And you think that you go around different things because CNN and Fox and all headline news bring things to you?
Subscribe to WION. I think that's what it's called, WION. It's a international use. What the hell is happening to me? It's an international news.
Exactly.
But they have very interesting content. And they're very short. Right.
People reach out. Look. It's nice if you go to the grocery store and come home and cook something for me every night. But there may be something in the grocery store that I like, that I want, that I never saw because I never went there for myself. And you're the one who chose what I eat and chose what to bring home.
Exactly. Go
So
and
that's
see
what
for
they do.
yourself. That's true.
Who is it that decides what stories that you're going to see? There's a gazillion things happening right now, y'all. A gazillion things happening, and they choose what goes up to be broadcast and spoken about, and what stays on the cutting room floor that you'll never see. Well, that's not relevant to what we need to put out there, because they have advertisers that they must satisfy. And the advertisers, their only goal is to put their ads in as many eyes, or in front of as many eyes as possible. So what does that mean to the network? They have to keep as many eyes on their show, on their news platform as possible, to satisfy the advertisers. So the advertisers next month will come back and say, that was good. We got good results. Here's a month, we're going to pay you again. That's all it is. They don't care about you. They don't care about what's relevant to you. You see, people forget that that's how it works. So how are you going to be informed on something that's relevant to you? You have to be the one to go to the grocery store and pick out what you want to eat and bring home the food and cook it to nourish yourself properly.
Indeed.
But they're not going to do that.
Indeed.
They're not going to do that for you.
We really have to get away from, thinking that we're relying on other people. We really have to get away from that mindset. Self-reliance is key right now.
It always has been, but the illusion has been put over our eyes that we can depend on. See, that's the thing. We depend on people too much. We depend on people too much.
Yes, indeed.
And we wait for this thing like the government is our babysitter. The government is not there for you. The government is not there for you. They don't care for you. There's that barrier. When you work for the government, I'm not saying the people that work for the government, but a lot of them have become cold. Like, you're just a number. What is the number on the document? Okay, so and so, and feed it into the machine. They check, they go home. They don't give it that.
You don't have a name anymore.
It's like a person who's become hardened, who is an EMS worker. And he's become hardened because he's seen busted skulls and mangled limbs and people burned up, and it's just business as usual. I can eat lunch after seeing something like that. But then they get a call and it's their whole family smashed up in a car accident.
Can you imagine?
All deceased. And now he sees that there's something to this more. These other people that he looked at, that he was cold to, not being evil, that's just the nature of the job. Now it's him.
That was him.
How do you handle it when it happens to you?
Exactly.
I mean, on a more general level, we go and we watch the news, and 3 people were killed downtown in Oklahoma in a random shootout. We're like, wow, that's terrible. But what happens if that was 3 family members of yours, or friends, or you were there and you saw it?
Then it's
do you know what it's like when you see these things?
Yeah.
We see the results of it in the photos. We click. Hey, mama, come over here. Look at this. This is terrible. Man. That whole bus fell off the bridge, and everybody drowned. Sharks ate them up. Could you imagine the terror? And this is a business in the news, and this is what they're supposed to talk about. Okay, we want to know. But what about something empowering to us, to get us in position so that when these things start to happen, we're not ass out? How about that?
Exactly.
I couldn't broadcast my movements the way I wish I could have. To those in the inner circle, they knew. But I was coming out here, I had to move easy.
Of course.
Because I got a big mouth and a lot of organizations that watch me.
Right.
Fortunately. Right. And again, that's not big talk. I just won't talk about it all the way, but that's the way it is.
Right.
There are people out here, information gatherers. I won't even call them agents. I'll call them information gatherers. And the government wants to gather information on anybody who's moving against what they want. Memorandum 46, I haven't mentioned it before. Those who are new, Google that. Memorandum 46 and read it.
Yes.
A government document that was intercepted between 2 different government agencies. And basically it said, we can't have the radical blacks from America who know the deal about us and know how wicked we are. They didn't use those words. I'm saying what it is. We can't have them join up with blacks on the motherland who have the resources that we want. Because if the blacks on the motherland learn how we are and learn how we deal business, and they get to us, the American blacks get to them and hit them to how we do, they'll be too powerful and they'll have the knowledge knowledge of what they know over here in America, and they'll build an empire. We can't have that. So we have to keep them destabilized.
That's right. That's right. And that's one of the reasons why they slowed the move down, you know, from last year's year of return, when they saw the numbers. Yeah. When they saw the numbers of people who were, you know, packing up lock, stock, or just, you know, going for a visit to, you know, look around and take
and the
notes.
money that was made over here.
Money that was made.
Interest also by those here in Ghana. But when they saw that we did have the money, not any of us like super rich or anything or wealthy, some of us are. But en masse, that signaled that wait a second, they went there. You go to a travel agency and they talk about go to Greece, go to Italy, go to the UK, go here, go there, go down to South America, go to the Philippines, go to China, go everywhere else, go to India. But everywhere else, as big as the motherland is, they don't tell you to go there. If anything, they'll say South Africa, where you have more Caucasians down there than anywhere else. On the continent, or somewhere way up north to a hijacked place that they call Egypt now, which is called originally Kemet, which they've whitewashed and made the people not look like us. They gentrifying the world. That's another thing we got to talk about eventually too, because they're gentrifying the world. You see what I mean?
They want to push us in a corner somewhere, and there is no corner, because everywhere that we are is lush. It's the place to be. So where are they trying to put us? Maybe we're the ones they're trying to send to Mars. Maybe it's not them.
Yeah, they're doing things right in our face, and we didn't even know why there's such a push. You got so many people living under bridges and hungry, and babies got diseases and need some help, whatever. But they spending all this money to go away. They're not. Look, that white man, he is not one who wastes energy. You know what I mean? He's very efficient in what he's doing, but when it comes to having to do something right in your face, he'll tell you something different. Oh, it's Jeff Bezos or whatever his name is, and the other guy, and it's like this some sport and play thing. They don't care about that. They know they got the money to deal with anything that comes.
Exactly.
But they're saying, why? Like I said, this planet is the biggest crime scene in the universe, and I'll say it again. They know other things are out there. They know the other things that are out there look like us, and they know they're going to have to answer when those things come here and arrive and say, what the hell did you do to my people?
Yes.
What the hell? You're not supposed to be here. You weren't even here when we left our people here. We're coming back to check up on them. Like the parents coming home to check up on a child that is being babysitted, not check up, but just come home. Or you go to the daycare. I'm swinging by, I'm eating lunch down the road. I just came to give my baby a few cookies or give him a little kiss, let him know it won't be long before you're bringing him home, and you see something wrong with your baby.
Exactly.
Somebody's trying to cover up. If they can't cover up, they want to get rid of us altogether. And that's part of this. And they will let some of their own get taken off the planet.
Yes.
They watch the stars. They know something's going on. They've admitted, come on, y'all. They've admitted alien contact to a certain point. And we ain't talking about that. I mean, they told us, the government, that yes, there has been contact with life forms from other worlds. If that's not big news, I don't know what is. Could you imagine years ago? I don't know how old everybody is here, but me born in 63, I was 7 years old in 1970, and I heard something like that. That would freak me out, because that's just some old comic book movie stuff. So all these movies they've been making on stuff like that, and they knew all along, but they want to break it to us gently. That you can actually have communication with something from another world. There's something, I mean, comparable size, and then you see each other and you try to figure out a way to talk, or they've got to be more advanced than us. But why aren't we talking about that? And they have all this interest in space.
Yeah.
Are these things moral? Are they moral? Are they decent? Maybe they're not. That faction of them, right? Because they would care about what's going on. Like, well, you can't do this to people.
Right.
But there's another faction I feel is coming this way. It's going to have the ultimate power, and this is how they got us fooled, distracted, looking one way. They're not going to tell us it ain't going to happen, but they'll say, well, it's going to be Jesus busting through the clouds, coming with great power. They said that, and we're looking the other way for it. What if it's something that looks like us coming to the clouds with great power? And they know their time is up, and they're hurrying up really quick. because of the crime scene that they created and the blood that's on their hands. So they have to get rid of us.
Yes.
Well, there are no black people here. So what are you talking about? They got rid of each other. See, we can show how they killed each other and they were thugs, and look at the movies we're making about them and the diseases. They were so preoccupied with sex and STDs, and they did it to themselves. You can't kill us.
Yes. You know, the movie, you're saying a whole lot. The movie Fifth Element, they whitewashed it, but technically speaking, there was an entity coming to destroy us because of the way we were living. Well, they said that basically this particular entity was coming to take over the planet, or, to suck up all of our resources because they needed certain things. So they kind of made it into a demonic type of thing.
Right.
But I think there's more to it than that. You know what I'm saying? It's coming for them, but they tried to make it seem like we had to destroy this thing because it was coming to take over the planet.
Right.
But it's coming to take them away.
That's right.
It's coming to clean them off. You know what I mean?
This is the trait anyway. On September 10th, 2001, we were niggas. We were those people. We were the undesirable. We were the lower class people. When September 11th happened, all of a sudden we're all Americans. We're got to fight. They were never my enemy. All of a sudden, I'm gonna forget how much you're my enemy, and then I want to go and you use me like a dumb fool, just like one of them big bucks, on a job, who don't have too much sense in their head, and the supervisor wants them to do all the work. Hey, Buck, wow, you got them big muscles. I bet you can lift every box out here in this field and load it up at the trunk. I told my friend over here that I'm willing to bet. Yeah,
and you're like a damn fool.
Yes, I can do it. I can shoot one truck. I can do all these trucks. And they sit back sipping iced tea, and you the fool doing all the heavy lifting.
Yes. Indeed.
That's how they do us.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, that's how they do us all the time.
Yes, indeed.
And we fall for it. So whenever they talk about we got an enemy, you better step back and assess what they're trying to do to you playing these mind games. Because see, they know that we want to be up under them, and we
want to be approved. Yes.
Anything that we do, we have to go to them and ask them for approval and see if it's okay with them. So we want to be all up under them so bad, and they don't want nothing to do with us unless they're going to use us to build their empire, or their women use us as a tool, as a well-hung black male to live out their
further their race.
They're done with you. Yes. They're done with you. I've never gone that route like that, but I can tell you, I've talked to people and I've been around certain situations on an adult level in certain types of parties, and I've seen how these white women, they look at the black man. Oh my God, look at those abdominals. Look at those pecs. Look at that big organ. It looks like it's 3 feet.
They'll take any size.
Oh my God.
They'll take any size.
And their eyes are rolling all the back of their head. And they get it. They get it the way they want it. And as soon as it doesn't come back to normal, I don't want to know you, nigga. What do you mean, true love?
Exactly.
What do you mean you feel like I got this itch off and I'm through with you until next time? Go to your cage. Go to your cage, your tool, your pet, you're an animal. And they love the animalistic mentality. So they'll use you for that, but don't ever think you in with them.
Exactly.
Because they'll just, like I said yesterday, they'll just as quickly lay up with a puppy or a dog in their bed, licking the dog's lips. And you looking like, wait a second. And you ain't looking and you ain't around with your hard organ. If that dog is on, erect, trust me, it's going right all up inside that white woman. Oh, I can't believe he's talking like this about us. Becky, that LanceScurv, we have to shut him down.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Yep. But like I said, it's the deception.
Yes.
It's so great, and we're being led right into a cell.
Yes.
It's always been a prison planet for us to a degree, but we had a little more leeway. When you look back to, let's just say the 70s or the 80s for some, there's some who are younger. But if you look back, if you're of a sizable age, and you look back to the 70s, yes, we had the Vietnam War, we had the gas shortage, we had crime, we had drugs, but it wasn't like this.
Right. So
we still have these things in place, but we have the outer walls now closing in.
Yes. When
And
we
like
heard
you know, I'm just gonna say the one more thing. Wherever you are, soon is where you're gonna be. So look around you. If you live in Manhattan, let's just go extreme. Midtown Manhattan, where the hell you gonna grow your stuff? You're gonna grow it around that little bit of dry, lifeless dirt that's surrounded by the concrete the curb where the tree is, where everybody
they need
pees.
to turn Central Park into a farm. They need to turn Central Park into a farm. That's what they need to do.
But even if they do that, they're gonna try to make it something where you got to have money or something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You want to really go where nobody wants to go. That's the sad part. It's like when you have a brand new sports car that's very expensive. It's a luxury sports car. You don't park it near the door of the Walmart or Target entrance because everybody's trying to get a close spot and they're going to ding you. You got to park way, 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 way off.
Yes.
Nobody else is parked right up under the light and park it diagonal so you take up 2 spots.
Yes, that's true.
You got to go where to preserve your life. You're going to have to go where nobody wants to go. You're going to have to go where other people feel it is not too comfortable.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do this.
Yeah.
And the more you willingly do it, the better off you are.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I'll just say this. I'm in Accra, Ghana, but I want to go way out. I want to have a place where I can go way out, where nobody
even talks about it. Yes,
exactly. It's too uncomfortable. What do you mean? You better be sleeping before the sun goes down. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to wake up when the sun comes up.
Yeah,
I want to be completely in tune with nature. Because the powers that be know that the majority of the people don't want to even be out in those situations because it's not comfortable enough.
Too uncomfortable. Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't have a remote control. There's no TV. Why do you want to watch that junk? Vibe with the people around you.
Yes.
And for those who have their homes, I've always said this, and this is what I say, whether you have a home already or you have a private space already or you're building your own home right now. If you're doing that, and you're so hooked on which life you used to live, well, why not incorporate the elements that are in those places into your home? If I have a favorite restaurant that I used to go to, I'm going to incorporate into my home, in my dining area, the elements that made me like this place. I would sit there and say, why is it that I like this particular corner in this restaurant?
There you go.
Oh, near the window. It's a nice high back booth seat. And the way
created.
So let me replicate that in my home if I have the space and the power to build it that way or recreate it that way. So when I'm home, I'm getting the best atmosphere.
When you have date night, you and your spouse can, you can use that little spot and say, okay, we're going to have a date night. We're going to sit over in that little corner. You know what I'm saying? Entertain yourselves. You know what I'm saying? If you have friends over, 2 to a seat, y'all sit over in that booth and pretend like, hey, one person get up and serve the main course. One person get up and serve the dessert. And have a good time. Nobody. Exactly.
They're not going to tell you it's closing. They're not going to say, put the AC up to get you to leave out of there.
Nope.
They're not going to do that.
Nope. And it's all you can eat until it's finished.
Go to that 5-star hotel one time and figure out what it is about that 5-star hotel that you like so much and incorporate that into your living space.
Yes.
Who says the kitchen has to be a certain size? Who says the living room has to be a certain size? You might be like Mrs. Scurv, one who loves to do the cooking. Well, make the kitchen big.
Exactly.
Have all the amenities you want if that's your
thing. 3 ovens, 2 refrigerator, a freezer.
Exactly.
You know,
that's your thing.
Burner stove. Listen,
right. I don't need to have a bar.
I'm giving away the things I want.
I don't need to have a bar like some guys are in my basement. I want to have a little bar I can drink. I don't do that.
Right.
I want to throw a live event and have people come over and have my own private club. So if I was to build something, maybe I'll build something like that. Make it very personal to what you want, because when you are cut off from the world, That is all you're going to have.
Yes.
And if you can cut off and enjoy yourself at home, that's the main thing. It's a mind thing.
Right.
Go somewhere where you can grow enough food that you can feed 10 people over the people that are in your household, that you'll have to give away stuff. And make sure, too, that it's covered. Make sure it's covered. Have certain parts of it covered greenhouse style. Why do I say that? Because these little buggers are going to different countries and going around through the United States and spraying stuff to make sure your stuff doesn't grow. I found out here in the motherland, they got these beetles, these bugs. They're pretty big. They're probably like about 3 inches, 2.5, 3 inches. I think I put it up on either Facebook or Instagram. I'm going to find it. I'm going to drop it in the comment section here, but they're not real. They look like the real thing. These are robots. These are drones.
Oh, my God.
They look like bugs. And if you look in the eye are lenses. They're spying on people in the motherland. They're spying on people like me, like you, who have a big mouth and a reach to be able to tell people what's up. And they want to find a way to crush you first because you know on the plantation, they got the biggest, strongest buck and tied one ankle to the back of the horse on one side and the back of the horse on the other and had them run in opposite directions and rip you apart in front of everybody to keep that fear going. So the people who are speaking, the people who are out there, they're going to come at them first. They don't want to see anybody inspire anybody to move the other way. They want to herd you like cattle into that jail cell prison planet, and you're sitting there docile and you have to go to them and obey everything they say. They're going to have you trapped off with the GMO food that's not nourishing your body. You won't have a choice of what you want to eat. Imagine that somewhere you're not getting no sunlight. You're in a FEMA camp somewhere and you're already inoculated. And they might want to, if there's some uprising, they're going to give you some vaccine to make you sleep.
Yes.
Give you a vaccine to make it where you can't procreate. Why do they need you to procreate? They want you dead. They want the population of the planet reduced.
Maybe.
I know.
Pull back a little.
Yeah, we'll say that for the other shows.
Pull back a little, sir.
Yeah. And you're right, Leonard. They've been doing it. They've been doing it, especially in America. You know, we see that big ass bug over there. Even smaller things. I watch everything. There was something in here one day. I went and sprayed. Thing didn't even respond to the spray. You know what I mean? For real.
That's true.
I sat up all night, and I'm gonna tell you something here. There's something. Okay, this is the motherland. You got all kind of bugs out here. Some stuff I haven't even seen. There's that little bug I saw, looked like a little humanoid, flew past me. Hey, what's up? I'm like, what the hell is that?
I've seen that thing. No. I've seen something like that. Somebody took a picture.
I saw it.
Yeah.
It had a head.
Yeah.
It had shoulders, arms, and these long legs.
Yes.
And these eyes, and it landed on my left forearm when I was tying my shoe. I was under a mango tree where the mangoes were falling off. You could just pick them off the ground. They were fresh. And I tied my shoe and I looked at my arm, and this thing had to be about maybe 3/4 of an inch or half an inch tall. I was like, what the hell is I froze. And it blinked and looked at me and just levitated back and flew off. And you could see through it like an insect body.
Yes,
but it was humanoid. It was humanoid.
Pictures of it. Yes, I've seen it.
I saw this.
Somebody took a picture. Was like, "What the hell is this?" And exactly. The thing was hovering, looking at them, and they were like, "What the hell is this?" Yes.
And these can be remote controlled from anywhere else. Come on, y'all. Look at the smartphones you have. This is the smartphones we have is nothing but crude technology. There's nothing advanced about this smartphone. They had this stuff around from the 70s. They had it from the 70s. Not for the public, but the technology is there.
Exactly.
So different sources of power. These little bugs that only weigh but so much. And they have these sources they got nuclear power out here, y'all. They can transmit power to these things and keep it running. You don't have to go find a little drone bug and we have to replace a little tiny battery inside of it. No, these things there's things around us we don't even realize. Look, let me tell you something. I'll go as far as saying this. All these so-called trans gender and this and that. Listen, you don't know what the hell's walking past you in the street and you think it's human.
Exactly.
And we're not even talking about on a spiritual level.
Exactly. That is
We
so
got
true.
things in the spiritual level that this cracker don't have no power over, that good and evil, and we walking past people don't even know. How many, I'll tell you, I'm not saying that happens all the time. It's happened to me in New York City. It's happened to me in Florida. You walking down the damn street late at night. You walk past a person. 3 seconds, 4 seconds go by. You kind of turn around and you don't see nobody. I bet it happens more in a crowd where you have all real people.
Yes.
And you see somebody looking right at you.
And they're not
you
there.
Like, where'd they go?
Yeah, that happened to me. Yeah, that happened to me on Jamaica Avenue in a crowd. The woman said to me she was standing at a store at the door, right?
Yeah.
I walked in with my mother.
Yes.
And she said to me, like, she was asking for money, right? And you know, sometimes you think to yourself, oh, God, I don't want to give these people anything. You know what I mean? She was right there.
Right.
She was right there. And then I changed my mind. And I was like, okay, you know what? This could be me, right? So let me just give her, you know, a couple dollars, whatever. I turned around to give the woman the money. She's not there. I walked outside. I looked up and down Jamaica Avenue. There is nowhere that she could have gone. I'm telling you.
That's right.
There's nowhere she could have gone.
That's right. That's right. I remember.
You understand?
I can tell you. Yeah, I can tell you. Look, when I used to do bodybuilding, and I used to go all up and down in the East Coast and go to these different competitions. There was a gym that I trained at, neighborhood gym with Junior, back in those days before I went to Zen's gym. I'm not going to get too much into that. I'm just going to say what it is. There was a guy who used to come to the gym, and we had like a front window that a person can lean on from the street and just watch the guys work out.
Right.
A lot of people would come and do that. This is back like 1980, 1981. And so there's this really goofy looking guy that looked like, what's the guy's name? Forrest Whitaker, that has a funny eye, the actor. Remember?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know Forrest Whitaker back then, but looking back, he looked just like him. And he had like that. He had a goofy look on his face. He had these thick glasses. There was one role that Forrest Whitaker played, and he had these thick glasses. He looked kind of goofy. I forgot what movie that was, but that's what it was. So I see the guy there. He wouldn't say nothing. Hey, how you doing? You looking good, guys? And keep going.
Right.
We went out to Williamsboro, New Jersey for this competition, which is near Pennsylvania. And he was sitting in the background. This guy's not a bodybuilder now. This guy has nothing to do with this stuff. He's sitting in the back, and I looked down and I saw him. I said, oh, shoot. He said, hey, Lance, you came in too light today. You got to, make sure to hold on to some of that bulk. And I walked. I looked back again. He was gone. What? And I would see him in different competitions. And the worst one was when me and my old girlfriend, Donna, were walking through Baisley Park in South Jamaica, Queens, late one night. We were walking. It was like 3 a.m, right? We were feeling kind of romantic, and we just, you throw caution to the wind, 3 a.m. in Jamaica, Queens, right? So we're walking. It's foggy. If anybody wanted to jump out the trees and jump at us, they could have robbed us. But that wasn't happening. We were feeling too alive. All of a sudden, we see a figure walking up toward us through the fog, coming closer. So even though you're like, oh, this is one person, everybody's looking at each other apprehensive. Right. So the guy gets closer, and he's like, hey, Lance, how you doing? Are you training anymore? Did you stop training? And
that's your protector.
It hit me. Huh? Say it again?
I said, that's your protector.
Yeah. So I said, no, I haven't stopped training. But in actuality, by the time I met her, I had stopped. But I decided to stop anyway. And I was in shock. And she's like, what's wrong? And we turned, and the fog engulfed him. We didn't see him anymore. Now, the most recent one that was quite profound was about maybe 3 years ago in Orlando, Florida. And everybody knows I used to drive for the Lynx Bus Company, the public transportation bus company there in Orlando, Florida. So I'm doing, I'll tell you the route I was doing. I was doing the 25 route. And the 25 route goes from downtown, goes down Colonial, goes up Mercy Drive, and, and it hooks around by Princeton and John Young Parkway, behind the Lynx bus depot. So I used to love that route because I can always run to my car on a layover and either dump my bag that I ate the food, and I don't have to carry the bag for the rest of the day. I can dump it or grab something or whatever, or go in there and take care of business. So when you do that route, the last stop that most people get off on, because nobody's really going to Lynx, they have they drive the bus or they have something to do there, is Walmart.
Right.
So now we on Schaefer Street. There are two people left before we turn on to John Young, which has the last stop there for Walmart. And there's a black woman, elderly black woman, and a white man sitting way in the back, little hick type white man, a little country bunkin type, a relic from Orlando's past. And so, I'm glancing on the inside. I look, and she's sitting near me, but I can see her at the corner of my eye. So now that these people are getting off on this last stop. They're not going to ride around and go back downtown. So I'm waiting to hear the bell, ding, but we already know. So now all of a sudden, we're getting closer to Walmart. So I start slowing down because I'm like, they didn't ring the bell yet, but they're not going anywhere else. They're not going back downtown. I turn around, just glance at to say, what in my mind, I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all getting off or what? Mm-hmm. There was nobody on the bus. Nobody in the bus. They were gone. I didn't stop the bus. This was 4:00 in the afternoon, bright and sunny. Right. Man, it was like somebody punched me in my chest. I couldn't even get my wind right. Oh my God! I pulled over to the Walmart stop and got up out the seat. I said, "These people are playing a trick on me. It must be sitting directly behind me." And I looked. I walked the whole length of the bus. There was nobody there. Bus completely empty. The whole length of the bus, and nobody was there. I sat down. I went over to the layover. I called Mr. Scurv, and I was you were shocked. I was kind of freaked out. Yeah, I was freaked out. I was like, what does this mean? What does this mean?
It just means that they're all around us, and some of them know how to make themselves visible, and some don't. That's all it is. And and like you said, that person, that particular one that was always wherever you were, that's how you're protected. Yeah. I don't walk in fear, but things hit me sometimes that I'm still human and I have to readjust. Yeah. So that's what I see. For whatever it's worth, I'm not trying to get biblical on anybody, but you have to walk in the spirit. How do I take that? You have to walk in that frequency that most people don't walk in because they take what they see as reality. And it's not, there are different planes of reality, different levels of reality that we're walking around. And sometimes we get a glimpse of one here and we have to adjust and say, okay, this is not of this realm. This is another realm that I'm getting a peek into. And maybe I'm getting a peek into this next realm for a reason. Exactly. You see what I mean? Yes. It may not always be just, we think on some old movie, Hollywood style. Right. I was just about to say that. Yes. And that's a distraction. Yes. They make it so that we can't communicate with the spirit realm. They make it spooky. They make it so that it's some ghoulish looking thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. Exactly. Right. Where, I don't know about anybody else, but there are times when I'm going downstairs, and it's dark, it's nighttime, we always leave a light on. There's always a light in my house on somewhere. If it's a stove light in the kitchen, because when you're coming from upstairs, the kitchen is to the right. So, there's a light coming out of the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? There's always a light on. And they say that it's a good thing that you should always keep a light on in your house. However, when you're going down the steps, you're thinking in your head, oh God, I hope I don't see anything when I get down to a spot where it's dark. You don't see anybody standing in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Which is stupid. It's stupid, but I just want to address real quick. So Leonard, you saw me on the bus in Orlando. That's why I was like to name drop and throw things out there. Yeah. Oh, I saw that comment. Yeah. Say a little more about that. So you saw me on the bus, or you live out there, or whatever, and also too, I promise I'm going to open it up for a little while because we're going to wrap it down soon. But I'm going to open it up in a little while, or really right now. Anybody wants to come on in and say anything or share the topic, whether just for a few minutes now, because we'll be doing this every day, and we're going to do dedicated shows like this. And I do have to go soon and make a little run. Right. Now I'm trying to drop this link in, but it's not allowing me for some reason. Oh, really? How was that? I don't know. An error occurred. Wait a moment, then try again. I'm trying to drop this link in the chat room and it's not letting me. It's like, this is so crazy.
I don't know if you could. Yeah.
Let me
Are you logged in?
Where would I go? Where would I see it? Because I don't know.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you on the Proton mail. I'll
But
send
you
it to you right
sent
now.
it to me before, didn't you? The earlier?
Yeah. That's true.
Okay,
That's
hold
true.
on, guys. I gotta log
doing?
into my Proton.
Because I promised, and I'm not going to just make an empty promise all of a sudden. Because the other day when we were going to go live, remember that? And everything just collapsed.
I know. That was the freakiest thing.
That was not normal.
Yeah.
That was not normal.
I look forward from our... Sorry.
That was not normal. Yeah. That was not normal.
Oh my God. That's how you know I'm on your channel, Brother Lance. I'm on your channel. All right. Here it is, guys. I just dropped it in the chat.
Beautiful. More than one way to skin a cat.
You know, they think they can get us. We're a team, buddy. Ain't nobody messing with this team.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. But why can't I do it? This is crazy.
Odd. Is it because I'm in there also? Is it with that?
Yeah, that's what it is. I think you're the main one logged in. You probably logged in before me. But yeah, Leonard, that's something. I'll hit that link, Leonard. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to, but just come on in. This is crazy. This is crazy. You know, you were there with me while I was driving the bus. And that's why I say you got to be careful how you act around everybody. If I was on there,
indeed.
Hey, girl, that ass looking pretty good. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Your reputation follows you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed.
And then times I had to put my foot down with some of the young guys who wanted to try to be disrespectful. I've stopped the bus lots of times and stopped some of these guys from talking the way they wanted to talk. I've even gotten off the bus and gone to the back of the bus like, listen, this is not about my job. This is about decency.
Exactly.
You are not going to talk, to these women or in front of these women and these little kids. There was a guy who had a real bad coke problem. Every time he got on the bus, he had to show out. And he, okay, Mr. Haru, what's going on, brother? You got your 3 minutes to fame. Talk to us.
I just want to say, 1, 2 quick things, How you doing, brother? How you feeling? How you doing too?
We're good.
We're all good. We're good. What's up?
Okay. I'm doing good. I'm just listening to your show, doing my morning walk, because, you got to walk out this depression, all those energies that they're throwing at us. When I heard about the whole New York City vaccine mandate crap, I was shocked because one of my friends said it to me because I'm not in New York right now. I left that toxic place. I'm like, wow. I mean, there's a reason why I wasn't able to stay because it's messed up what they're doing. Like I see through it, and the sad part about it, like I have very close families that took the jab, and I'm like, damn, y'all took it. I told them there's different ways to not take it. Nobody want to listen, man. It's just like
all right, but we're not gonna go too far down that road. Okay.
No problem. Okay, no problem. Yeah, but I've been seeing this whole thing. Like I've been having dreams lately. I've been feeling out of ease. I'm like, yo, something's really about to go down because this is too all of a sudden, too fast and everything.
Yeah. So true.
Mm-hmm.
So true.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna stay too long. But thanks. I'll listen back to the show. Please.
Right. Thank you so much for joining in, brother.
Thank you,
no problem.
Yes, indeed.
I want to hear from Leonard, and I want to hear from the other brother that showed some love earlier. Drop that link again if you can, EMPRESSELLAGEE.
Okay, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Just give me a second, sir.
If it's possible. I'm not sure if Leonard's in a place where he can actually, show, come on.
I'm the multitasker with phones and gadgets. I'm using multi gadgets.
So Leonard, you weren't from, you were in Orlando, but you were visiting from Reno. Oh, wow. Oh, dang. Well, thank you.
What?
And he remembered. That's crazy.
That is amazing.
Wow.
What?
I feel right now. Tell a joke on a Christian level.
Go ahead.
I feel like I'm standing up here on Judgment Day thinking I'm ready to go to hell, and everybody came back and said, "No, don't. He's a good guy. And I'm going to heaven."
You're a bloody mess.
Good comes back. You know what I mean? To you like that.
Yes, indeed.
It's a good feeling because it's not anything I can say. I remember that because I do. That's how I live.
Reese, see the title on the banner. That's the topic that we're talking about right now.
There you go.
There you go. I mean, the banner's right there.
Yeah.
Leonard, can you come in? Can you call in, or can you click the link? You know, you're typing, but can you click the link and just, you know, you don't have to show your face or you know, or whatever. Just come on and say hi.
Okay, we have I have somebody else here. They got to connect their mic or their cam before we can add them. So mind your biz. So that's the person who's another person who's trying to come in, but you have to have your microphone connected. So I see you, but there's no way I can click you in because there's no way that you can communicate with no mic and no cam. Right. And again, you don't have to show your face. And that goes for all the future shows that we do and have the participation, because any live show we do, I'm going to start doing that where we show, okay, here we go. Yes. Okay. There you go.
Brother Leonard. Yes. How are you? Hello.
Talk to us. He popped in, but now, okay, let me add him back again. Brother Leonard.
I'm kind of bugged out right now. That's a trip, man. I've been watching you for like a couple years, and I was like, I know that brother from somewhere. And then you said that, and I was like, oh wow.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were on my bus.
Can you hear me, Leonard? How are you? Hello.
I'm doing fine, sister. Thanks for having me on.
He popped in, but now. So talk to us. I see Roger's on.
Queen Murat.
If you're not talking, mute your devices.
Mute your device, Queen Murat.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead, Brother Leonard.
Yeah, we was down there like visiting. We were doing the whole Orlando, Florida thing with my grandma. She's like a big church mother and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And we got lost, and we ended up on your bus. And I remember you was giving us directions, but just like the way that you had compassion and cared for, you know what I mean? Like it was like, oh, God bless us with a brother to help us get out of here. Thank God.
Wow.
And now, like I forget names, but I'm one of those that I never forget faces. And I'll be watching you, and I'm like, where do I know that brother from?
Right.
It was a trip.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Wow.
For you to even remember that, even if we weren't on a show, this is so freaky. I'm in Africa right now, and I'm taking it you're still probably in Nevada or whatever.
Yeah.
And we connect this way, but you've been watching already for a while. But you was on my bus, and I gave directions and made an impression, and it wasn't for any profit. I wasn't trying to get a vote like a politician. I wasn't trying to.
He was just a good brother helping out one of the elders like we supposed to be.
Isn't that amazing? That is beautiful.
Yeah, Lance, the real deal.
Yeah. And
that's not an easy job, brother. I mean, I never really given and say anything about, I'm stressed. I never do that. But I can say that at times it is not an easy job.
Yes,
many times. And this is why, you have to have your head on straight. You're dealing with the public. I've been on lockdown working those jobs and stuff, but you're out in the public. So could you imagine, number one, you're getting cussed out all day because people think you're making $1 million. And you're driving along and some car cuts in front of you or a child jumps in front of you. You just can't slam the brake. You have to look out because there might be a mother getting ready to get off, holding their child up in the arm. And if you hit those brakes, that child is going to go flying. So you have to be wired all day long.
Oh yeah, that's a thankless job for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And there are a lot of bus drivers that have bad attitudes, and I can't defend them. Many of them, sometimes the majority of them, and there are a lot of good ones out there. But to get that kind of feedback is divine, and I really thank you for that, brother.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm just like tripped out. I'm like, wow, it's a small world, man.
It is really a small world. For you to even remember. You could have said, I seen this guy.
You just started talking about it, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. That's how the Most High connects us all, though,
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
that's
exactly,
crazy, bro. I'm still like, wow. I guess I should be used to like the weirdness by now, but I'm just
Twilight Zone in a good way.
Yeah. Oh, it's a blessing. It was a blessing. You was a blessing unto us for sure.
Exactly. Okay, so let me just, you can stay on. Let me just let Queen Marat come on and talk. I see an African lady here also. We're vibing like this, and then we're going to wrap it down after you finish everybody talking and stuff. Okay, so Queen Marat, unmute yourself. African lady, just hold tight because she came in before you. Mute yourself.
Mute yourself, African lady.
Yeah. So go ahead. Queen Marat, open your mic. Talk to us, sister.
Grand Rising.
Queen Marat Rogers, your mic is muted. You're in.
I love y'all, Grand Rising. Just love y'all. Can you hear me?
You too.
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Echo, but we can hear you.
I don't know what's going on.
No, but we can hear you though. We can hear you. Talk to us. Talk to everybody who's in the chat room and listening. We're gonna have a lot of participation.
Did she pop out?
No, she's still here. Oh no, wait.
Just
okay, let me add her
keep
in
your
again.
vibration high and stay cool and calm and know that we are the divine people. We're gonna be just fine. So don't worry about none of this foolishness.
That's right.
True.
Thank you.
So true.
Thank you so much.
But it's so good to see you and say hi. This is nice.
Wow.
Yep, same here. I'm so happy that you guys started doing this in the morning because it like raises my vibration when I wake up. I get to hear you guys. So I'm so thankful and grateful that you guys have been doing this morning show.
And as long as we're able, we're going to keep it going. That's
we committed to this.
I know that's right.
So you know at a certain time it's coming on. That's the strategy, because as we spoke earlier in the show, we spoke about how YouTube wants to come against you, and you know, like they're age restricting a lot of my videos. They're watching me hard. So if they stop notifications or stop, promoting stuff, we'll check 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time from Monday to Friday. We will be on, and then you'll hear the other things that we're doing. And then we'll roll like that. That's just the only way. We'll meet here. We don't have to announce it. 8 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on the channel. We're going to do a live show. Now, there'll be times when something comes up, or I may have to go early somewhere and I'm stuck in some office building with paperwork because, we just moved over here to Accra, Ghana. We'll make those announcements ahead of time, or if you don't see it, then we'll try to make some kind of announcement. But we've committed to this, right?
Exactly.
And so this is where it's going to be. Even if I have to go through my phone and go on live somewhere or whatever, we're going to do it. Yeah, I just don't want to break that time and that date. Barring a catastrophe or something,
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. So we have
I love you guys, and I wish you a beautiful day.
Thank you so much, hon. Wishing you the same. You and your girls have a blessed one.
Miss Tivasation. Yes. Queen Rat, thank you so much. I'm gonna African lady open.
Greetings. Hi, Brother Lance.
How are you?
I'm fine. You remember me? We used to have many conversations. And you and huh?
I said, how can I forget the name?
Yeah, I used to have very good. We used to have our little discussions, and me, you, and Brother Koiku.
Yes,
I'm so pleased to talk to you again. I try to catch you when I can, and I'm really enjoying the discussion today.
Oh yeah, we're always going to keep these up, and we're always going to keep up something relevant. And we'll start out a certain way, and then we may venture off into something as the spirit hits, but we'll always keep on it like that. So even when we don't have a distinctive title or a distinctive whatever, we're going to be talking something that's going to make us think and try to raise our vibration a bit, because that's really what it's all about, raising the vibration. So those who don't want to raise their vibration or face the issues that are on us, they need to fall off. Or if they're not authentic or they're not real about anything, let them fall off. We can't babysit people who are frauds. We can't babysit people who just want to play games or troll or make issues, whatever. We have to be about sharing information and motivating people for the real. Yes, we will have our comedy shows where we talk about crazy stuff and laugh and on an adult level, because you have to laugh. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can't like have life and not. That's like a lubricant for the soul. Laughter. You know, we get all the serious stuff in, but then we have to have that laughter to get through. We have to be able to see the lighter side of things, even when it's a tragedy. We have to be able to say, you know what, this is ironic because this is a test. This life is not really super long, but there are lessons that we have to learn out of it. And there are things that we have to gather out of it as far as information before we move on to the next level. That's inevitable. So make it light, make it enjoyable, and let's move on. That's the thing. But I'm glad you're here. And like I said, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every morning, Monday through Friday, we're going to be here. So if you can make it here, just make it here. Share the links. And if there's any topic that you want to speak about, or any kind of current events or something that we need to talk about that you can see that we can't see, because we need everybody's eyes.
Yes.
We need everybody. You know, it's just like going to somebody's party or something like that. You know, who is that guy standing by the door? Look like he got a gun on him. You know, we may not see it, but you may say, listen, that guy, we need to get out of here. So, something about to go down. So we need each other's perspectives. You know what I mean?
That is true. That is true. I just want to say one concern that I have. Real briefly, and I'll get off, is that there's a lot of information that's being disseminated. And my concern is, let me just say this, our minds are very powerful to the point that we can manifest things, especially when we direct our mental energy toward things. So when I'm as an individual, I'm suspicious about certain information that is put out in the public, because I'm like, what is the purpose behind it? Do they want us to direct our mental forces to it and cause it to happen? So when they put something out, I go against it. I said it's not going to happen, or you know, I try to will my own mental energy to create the reality that I want. Does that make sense?
Oh no, it makes perfect sense. Oh no, that's I decipher, I strain, I filter everything that's foreign, that doesn't resonate with me, or I don't just pick. I'm not a pig who's just going to pick up the slop and eat up the slop that they just throw out there. You have to do that in this world. And we were saying this earlier. It's very important that we become independent thinkers and question everything that may obviously look good. You know, you may be in a supermarket and they have a certain brand of food that they sell there in a package or something, some kind of oats or something that you research and you're cool with eating. Now, all of a sudden, it's a different company. You better research that company and make sure it's not GMO. You better research that company and make sure the people who are the CEOs are not practicing Satanists or people who are into the whole population control. See? So you never know. Right now, come on, y'all. And I'm just saying this overall. Don't you think we should have been questioning everything? Look at the mess that we're in. If we were all collectively questioning everything, and we do have the power to reject certain things and stand up and say, this is what this is what you're trying to do, and we ain't going for it. You think they could? We're the ones with the power. But it's gone on so long now, and they have so much momentum with the gullible people who are going to be their pawns to come against you who are conscious that we lost ground. So now we got to really hunker down for ourselves and deal with the people who think like us and have that overlap. And if you're off a little bit, be humble. Maybe I'm right. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. But maybe we need each other. We're all not going to be right.
Right.
Yeah, Brother Lance, they're attacking our senses. And that's where the issue comes in, because they appeal to our 5 senses and we respond to it emotionally. And so we are not thinking with a unified brain and mind, because we're being ruled, we allow our emotions to dominate. We have to think with our intellect. So thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate your time.
And we're going to do this on every show like this. And if you have anything to say and share, I appreciate it. I want to really build that family feel, and we have to hunker down and be the troopers. And like I said, any frauds that are out here, they must be gone. We can't deal with the games and the ego games. This is not an ego thing for me. This is not about me. This is about something bigger than me. You know, and if I'm a fraud, kick me out, expose me, okay? Yes, thank you. Thank you.
You're the real deal.
Awesome.
And you know what? Keep me that way. If there's something about me that's off, correct me, and I'll humbly take the correction publicly. That's what I say to everybody. Okay.
We have to hold each other accountable. That is true. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, my sister. And Queen Marat who came through, and Brother Leonard who came through,
yes,
and Man Haru who came through. We're gonna do this at the end of these shows and stuff like that. We're
yeah,
a little
this
bit
is nice. This is fun. Yeah, give everyone a chance to say hi and vibe and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is real cool.
Yes, yes, indeed.
This blew my mind, Brother Leonard. This blew my mind. I gotta do a video on this. I gotta write about it. I gotta
feel it.
Oh man, we're in different continents right now, man. That was
real quick,
and that was a while back.
On that subject, though.
Yes,
I was trying to think of a clever way to say it, because in my little circle, we call it the woo vid.
Right. We don't put no vid in there.
Yeah, but I just literally had a conversation with one of my friends, and he just got out of the jail here. And one of the deputies, white folks always like to tell us all their business like we want to hear it, one of the deputies was talking to him before they let him out, and he was telling him that they made him take that early woo vid, right?
Really?
And now he's sterile. He's having organ failure, and basically his organs are liquefying. So I just want to let my people know, don't.
Leonard, give Brother Lance a call, and
Let me just interject. Drop the link in the chat again one more time.
For what? For the phone number?
Miss Tivasation.
Oh, okay.
Call me.
And I mean, I'm your brother. I'm not with none of the fear porn or fear mongering. But yeah, I want to get that out there to my people, because they sure targeting us.
Well, whenever you want to come on, brother, and speak on the issues from your perspective and collectively, just let me know and we'll do it, man. We can do a whole
I'll never try to just put it out there to get the channel flagged or nothing. I ain't one of them types. So
well, no, we have alternative means of doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So just get with me and we'll put it out there. We can still
my everything that I am working with flows. Oh God.
God.
Yeah, Empress, if you could drop that link again.
I am. I'm trying to.
Okay.
Okay, there it is. Go ahead. There it is.
Okay. This Tivasation, click that link and you can come on in. Yeah, go ahead, brother. No, I have all kind of alternative ways of working stuff out that will be very easy for you and all of us to really get that information. We can get the conversations going.
Yeah.
So if you want to plan something, you want to organize something with the people in your inner circle or people you know, or just you, whichever way you want to do it, this is what we're here for. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah, that just entered my mind when we was talking about that, because he just told me that on Friday. So
right.
Woo.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, my mind is kind of blown.
It's almost like us on the plantation singing Negro spirituals, but we're really talking to each other, and the slave master thinks we're singing church songs, right?
Exactly. It's time for us
in a covert manner. Yeah. Exactly. And it's not that we're scared to be. Some people say, man, you should be bold and just come out. You can't be scared of these crackers. Yeah, but they're going to shut things down.
Then you won't have this channel to deal with.
Exactly.
Yes. Miss Tivasation, you're in. Join us.
Grand Rising, my beautiful family.
Welcome.
Grand Rising, my sister.
I just had to get the energy. I just had to make that connection. I know we've got a little feedback here. Sorry about that. And just confirm with everyone to keep your minds clear.
Yes.
Protect your ear gates. Your eye gates. It's very difficult because we want to be informed so that we can inform each other, but it is very overwhelming.
Yes.
Without saying anything, I know folks that have within a 10-day span engaged and they're no longer here.
Oh my God.
She was it was a friend of mine, and it was her sister, and then there are issues where I've heard people that I've had conversations with regard to women in general, that it is in some way throwing us back into menopause.
Wow.
Yes. I mean, these because everyone I believe now they're still very fearful, and it can be overwhelming when you're not really sure which way to go or where to turn or who to trust. And everything is just do and go, or this is going to happen. But because we have these type of platforms and we have folks that come on that are knowledgeable and sharing their experiences, or people that have been in a place where they know what to do with this negative energy. And when you have to research, you have to go beyond what is happening and figure. If you sit back sometime and do the observation, like our dear sister Sekma, when she says, I'm observing, sometimes it just takes a moment to observe what's happening around you. And what happens is they replay this over and over again. And it's just like the commercial, because when they say, now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yes.
All it is, folks, in there. Stay close to folks that give the good information, because unfortunately the melanated are targeted. You can see it. It's almost laughable at this point. It's wicked. But I don't want too much because of protecting our communication lines here. But I just felt so deep when I'm hearing everyone. And the last lady that was speaking, she says, they come in and get into our pockets. And because we are people of the mighty people of the sun.
That's right.
We're so open and giving and sharing and loving, but almost to our demise.
Yes, you are so correct, sis. You are so correct.
Super.
And I'm just it brings tears to my eyes, because people are so unwilling to see what's going on, or they are unwilling to receive the information that we are sharing, and it's to help, not to hurt.
Okay, sister, the pain is real. It's real pain. It almost reminds me of the Matrix. They'll kill you if you try to wake them up. Type.
That movie was a warning, and we're in it right now, and it's real.
Yes, sir.
And I'm just so amazed that so many of us don't see it, and how many of us that we love that don't see it, that are going to perish.
Yeah.
How this thing is clamping down, and it is tied to the physical, the spiritual, the mental, on all levels.
Yes.
And we just can't see it. And we're so carnal and caught up in the lower desires that it's going to keep us here, that we have to let go one day. The point of transition from this plane, we're going to have to let go one day. So these people who are so caught up in the five senses, which there can be pleasure derived from the five senses, but after a while, when you're eating in the restaurant all evening, there comes a point where you want to push yourself away from the table. So even with this game of life, that they've taken these things that are supposed to be good, but trapped us with it. We got to be able to let go. No more. I don't even want this anymore. I want what's higher. But we only stay stuck with what we know. But we got to know there's something beyond what we know. Before we got here on this level, we didn't know what was here. We were crying because we were leaving something that was comfortable to us before. Now we learn this, and we got to understand there's something more. And that's where they get us. It's like a person who's afraid to leave a job because they're afraid of losing security. Is it really security? Or you've become complacent? There's security inside of you no matter where you go. That's what God is.
Yes.
The God force, the life force, whatever you call it, that thing is not external. That's why our senses are being used against us.
That's right.
We got to conquer the senses. You smell your favorite food, reject it sometime. Call it an illusion.
For real. For real. Yes.
Brother, you can't screw every nice booty chick that you see.
Super bad.
You know, Lance had to put that in there.
Yeah, I gotta put something sexual in there because we all understand that part.
No, like it's even down to like the very last little detail. Like I was just talking about this with some other brothers on another panel. Like even our sisters, they have them. Do you know your lace front weave has been prayed over with spirits from your enemies? Like, let me be quiet. I don't want to.
Oh my!
That's the truth, though.
But yeah, we have to receive this information in love. It's okay. I mean, I've never had a lace front.
No. I ain't with that whole man of spirit.
Yeah, but we have to receive it in love. You know, because we've come from generations of this programming. So the thing is some get it before others. It is, they'll say to us sometime, there's children.
No, that whole gender war is ridiculous. If there's no you, there's no we. So
yeah,
simple math. I don't
exactly.
I don't get it. People are weird.
Well, yeah, it's whenever you're trying to defy the natural laws of nature. I mean, even with the batteries, a plus and a minus, and it's kind of it.
But we in the era where common sense ain't so common. So
not at all.
I would hope it would come back though.
I don't know I'm not sure what has happened, but what happens is you always have to go back to your source. There has to be a foundation. Without the foundation, the house crumbles. And I think they're trying to push the different generation into thinking that they need to disconnect from everything and just follow the lead of something that has no surface value to it, no moral compass to it, no direction. These folks are all over the place like a battery or a flashlight that's going out and it's just flashing and flickering and flashing. And they're lost. This is what you call lost.
I think this is like one of their last little Hail Mary passes, to be honest. This is just ridiculous between backs that ass up and joints for jabs, and they'll give you anything you want. Is anybody noticing this? Or you want some sex here? Yeah, we got some.
All right,
we got some hookers for you, type thing. You want to take this jab?
Insanity. I'm
gonna keep it real. It's frankly getting creepy at this point.
Listen, they'll even offer you donuts.
But what is a donut gonna do? Is that all you? That's all it takes for you and your life? A donut?
Oh no, I fell out. I fell out at the tasty fries.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, niggas homeless and
chicken sandwich. Remember that? Was it church's chicken?
Yes, Popeye.
So that was all the testing. Popeyes, that was all part of it, just to see how sleep folks were,
That's right.
Anytime everybody's running in one direction, I think I'm going in the opposite. What's in it? Yeah, what is in it? What do you need?
You're dealing with the backwards people. So, I mean, you're going the right way.
You're okay. True. Yeah.
True. We're going forward.
Remember, we're dealing with the people. These are the only people that can take marijuana, whatever he made it for communication, for healing. It cures cancer. They're the only people could take marijuana and make it give you cancer. Hello.
My God.
Oh, wow.
And that's just one example,
Listen. Let me drop the link again as far as calling in. Calling Brother Lance and probably trying to set something up where we can do a conference line, Oliala,
I'm going to answer your email. I didn't do it. You're next in line when the spot opens up, Oliala. All right, my dear sister. But go ahead, EMPRESSELLAGEE.
No, I just dropped your phone number again in the chat.
Sure.
And you can email Lance at LanceScurv.com, and say, hey, can we do a show? Can we set something up where we can talk freely, and then Brother Lance can decide where he wants to put it,
Yeah. And I also have the information scrolling on the bottom of the screen right now with the Ghana number. I'm going to erase that number. That has been like so much problems for me. I still have it, but I don't even use that phone anymore. It makes it easier for me to go through WhatsApp if you're calling me on an international level. It's still the US phone number. That's the only one I will be using. Right. So if you call me from out of that US, I'm in Accra, Ghana, but I'm using the US number through WhatsApp. And
okay, so I'm going to take it off. I'm going to take it off of this thing.
Right. No, it's okay because it's still scrolling down the bottom. But I want to say also, you don't have to use WhatsApp if you are in America, Canada, or Mexico, I believe, right? You can call my American number straight. You can call it straight without using WhatsApp. So if you live in the United States and you don't have WhatsApp, I have it hooked up some rigged up way, right? That you can just call that 407 number straight, 407-590-0755. If I don't pick up, I'm recording, or maybe I'm doing something where I can't get to it, just leave a message. I'll get right back at you. But if you want to arrange for us to have a show, you want to come on and speak about something relevant, right? Or you have somebody that you need to have interviewed, or a topic that you want to suggest, or giving us some tips as to what's going on out here of something that you see that we'll speak about off of YouTube on a video, let me know. Let's intensify. I need you. I'm here doing the work. I'm doing this. Like I said, I love doing it. This is what I do. Utilize it. We can share. And we can use the platform for that way, in a way that these people who want to shut me down can't touch me. I'm already there with that. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Brother Scrooge Greedy, if you want to come on to the show, drop that link again, if you can, sister. I see Scrooge Greedy calling. I think he thinks that he can get on by the phone, but we're going to do it through the show right now. In another
hang
week.
on a second.
Scrooge Greedy, if you can, look into the chat room in a second, and Empressellagee is going to drop the link in there again where you can come on and say your few words.
There it goes.
All right. Then after that, we'll wrap it up.
Wrap it down.
Yeah. But the 407 American number, that's the only number that you'll be able to get through to me on. And
Miss T, mute your phone, hon. Miss T, mute your phone.
Oh, I think it's Brother Leonard.
Or is it Leonard? Oh, okay. He's on.
Yeah.
Okay, he's on speaker. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm still on here.
Yeah. But you see, it's so funny, Brother Leonard, that, we cross paths like that, and you didn't know what was in me. I didn't know what was in you, but the righteousness in us brought us back together, so it's just in such an amazing way.
Yeah. This platform is weird like that for me. Like, you know how, like, when you're growing up, you have them friends and y'all the only black ones in the neighborhood, and then they move away and you're like, what happened to that dude?
Right.
That's O'Shea and a couple other cats around here that, they'll remain nameless, but I'm like, oh, damn. What? Like, I wonder what happened to my friend.
Exactly.
I feel abandoned this day on here too. It's so crazy.
Wow. But that's the way it is, though, and that's why it's important for us to vibe a certain way, because when you really think about it, when you think about the people that, say, for example, that you lost contact with, you never said the last time you saw them, well, I'll see you later. We're going to lose contact now for about 20 years. They ease out of your life gently and slowly, unaware, and you don't know.
Right.
Unfortunately, lots of times, it's where we get news of that person.
Permanent.
And you say, oh my God. And you feel guilty because I haven't spoken to them in 16 years. I haven't spoken to them in 2 years. And then we say, man, and we regret. So while we can consciously hold on to the people that are in our circle, but still you just have no say. So life sometimes takes over. And you say, I'll get with them next week. It's been a month. I'll get with them in another week or so. And it goes past your mind because we're distracted. So, Brother Leonard, you brought back to me in my life, but I'm just going to say for the people who just got in, Brother Leonard knows me from when I was driving the bus in Orlando. We didn't really know each other to talk, but I dealt with his family in a very kind way, and it stuck with him. And he's been watching the show, couldn't figure out why he knew my face. And when I started speaking about how I drove for the Lynx Bus Company in Orlando, Florida, all the bells went off. And he remembered how I treated his family. So it's a small world. And how long ago was that, brother? It was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago. That's why I was like, what? I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
How small is this world?
Girl, it's small. It's really small.
I mean, I can go. I got some similar stories like that too. There's a young lady that I met in Orlando at the Bronze Kingdom in an event that they had, and she follows me. She had been following me on YouTube and other places for many years, and so we got to talking because she introduced herself. Come to find out that I knew this woman from 1976.
Oh, damn.
What?
Bring me to a McDonald's.
See, man, that's like the type of stuff that be happening in my life too.
Yes, no, I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, that's weird. I'm gonna tell you, and I got one better than that, but I'm gonna tell you this one. I used to have a crush on her. I was 13, I think she was 16, and she was a cashier, and I was shy, but I always found myself in the line to pay where she was, and my father knew that. So we started digging, and I looked at her face. I was like, "Oh my God, you're that girl!"
Oh damn!
She didn't remember me now. I was a kid, but I was.
I think it has something to do with like. I kind of think it has something to do with like how we're supposed to be observers here. That's the only way I can rationalize it, because that's happened to me before too. And then like every day is almost like deja vu or something. I'm just like, what?
Well, you know what? I read something about deja vu, as you just said, that a lot of times we get glimpses into the future.
Yes.
Right. And so we get a glimpse into the future, and then we come back to present time. And as we move forward into that future, we now live what we experienced. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why when we say, oh my God, this is deja vu, well, it's actually something that you went and saw and experienced, and it came back and had to actually move into it. So that's what that is all about. Yeah.
Or almost like a warning, like, because he knows what how fragile we really are, and then he just like warn us or whatever the entity is.
Yeah.
Or it might just be us as a collective. That's why they don't want us to wake up. I'm still out on that.
It's just unfortunate that when you do experience it, it's not something that you could say, let me hold on to that thought or this reality. You see it, you come back to the present, and then you move into that reality. So I guess when you say deja vu, whatever it is that feels like deja vu to you, pay attention to it. It's telling you something. It's not just, oh my God, I think I had this experience before. Pay attention to what.
Yeah, that's what I'll be. I know there's a lesson in everything. I'm trying to find it, but I'll be like, well, that's a lot of lessons, lady.
Nothing you have to be.
Get a book.
Execute this effort for. It's effort. When you relax and meditate and just become one and let it flow. Just let it flow.
Yeah.
Just let it flow that comes to you. But you have to be in that mindset. You have to be in that plane. You can't be distracted. Like, I'm so inspired after this conversation this morning that when I do go out and take care of the business, I have to take care of it in a little while. I'm just going to be in that zone.
Yes.
And every time before, I knew to call it meditation. And I don't even want to call it that anymore, because it brings to mind, you got to turn your palms up and you got to be up on some mountain. No, you can be in a supermarket checkout line. You could be in a crowded subway or a bus. You could be amongst people who are making lots of noise and have this inner peace.
Just tune in
on this plane. So it can't penetrate no matter where you are. Understand that. So just because now in your infancy, in what we formerly called meditation, if you're walking into a noisy place or people that are hostile, or you got that inner peace, nothing can touch you. Try to stay there as much as you can, and look at the world in a different way. Look at it as a spiritual energy thing. I'm going to love this as I go out. I'm going to walk and go down by Medina Market and go around the people, and I'm going to just observe the people in their spirits. And I'm going to tell you one thing, there's somebody I'm going to meet today that I'm going to bring back on the show. I know it. And we're going to just, I don't have to look for them. They're going to look for me. Right now, we're on a collision course. That's what came to me, and I know it. We're going to have a profound conversation, and I'm gonna come back within the next 2 days. Like, yo, remember I said that?
Yeah.
Well, I hope it's somebody positive, nigga. I don't want you running into George Zimmerman.
Exactly.
George Zimmerman don't want to me out here. I don't think he want to be out here. Right?
He said, I don't think he'll say hi to me.
Right. I'm quite sure he knows who I am in the shows I did back in the day with him. Whatever. You know what I mean? Oh no, he ain't gonna be Billy Badass out here with all these black folks.
They gave him a book with all of our pictures in it.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Well, you know, we're gonna wrap it down in a few because y'all get up and I gotta make a run out and wow, I can't wait for the morning show. Like I said to everybody.
Yeah, let me get off of here. I love y'all. I love my people.
Thank you, Brother Leonard. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll tap in with y'all later on.
Please connect up. Definitely, man. We got to continue talking. See that?
Wow. And yeah, we gotta wake them up. That's what it is.
Yes,
that's
indeed.
Right.
Yes, indeed. Brother Lance.
Yes.
Someone made mention of Dr. Ranoko Rashidi.
He passed away.
Yes. They said that. So I was just gonna, say that you have a video that you did with him. You interviewed him, and that's something that Brother Lance is thinking to replay. Right, so that everyone can, have the opportunity of seeing him on this show. But we just say rest in power and, thank you for being here and for all the knowledge you imparted to all of us.
Yes. And the funny thing is, just speaking to these brothers and people who specialize in doing these things and they're precious.
Yeah.
And you can get, to be able to speak to them and get the knowledge from them. They've done this life work and they did their work. So we can't feel bad, but they've been doing the work. But while they're doing it, let's appreciate them while we can. So that's a call to action for me now to reach out to some who have been on. You know what I mean? Because you see, there was a time when I was lined up to have Dick Gregory come on. You see?
Right.
And at that time, he passed away.
Right.
There's a link I can't drop it in. I don't know. I got to send it to you, sister. And I'm going to send it to you. I want you before we leave to drop that link in on the interview that we did with Dr. Ranoko Rashidi.
Okay.
And I think the audio was off a little bit. And there was a young lady who actually gave me the hookup to get that interview. So she was on. I think it was actually, I told her, I said, let it be your show so you can get more people to come on. But it was really pushed through my platform. So,
did you send it?
I haven't spoken to her. Yeah, I'm sending it right now. Okay, boom, there it is. Here it comes.
All right.
It's going to go to you in full time.
Okay.
Yeah. So now that really wants me to bite down, and the people I connect to, whether they're famous or known for something or not, it doesn't matter. If you're doing the work, if you're really about it, if you're really living the life, because like I said, there are too many of us out here who are frauds, who want attention, who want to start movements because of their ego and everything, and they're not really about it because they ain't living right. I'm not going to back up anybody who ain't living right. You don't have to be perfect. You understand?
There's a link to the interview, guys.
That's a StreamYard link right there.
Is that a stream? Why did it come? That's what you sent me.
Okay, let me see. Let me do it again.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, let me do it again. Yeah. No, I sent you the it's a YouTube link. Check it again. Just refresh your page.
Okay, well, it just a second.
Oh yeah, I heard the sound. Yeah, it's a little delay. Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna drop it again.
Hang on, give me a second, hon, because this phone that I'm using is not very responsive. But
but I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down the Rolodex. It's a symbolic Rolodex. I'm gonna go down, and there's some people who have been on before who want to come on.
There's the yank. There's the yank. What, Brother Lance? Can somebody tell me what's happening to me?
The yank.
Please, if someone in the chat knows what's going on.
It's all right. It's still morning over there, so it's all right. my mouth. Wow. But this has been a phenomenal show. And like I said, I like the flow that we're on, and let it build and let's vibe. And like I said, just make sure that you 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do this every morning, Monday through Friday. And of course, we do the weekend shows. You know, it's a little loose. So we have something we're going to put up in a little while that's a little different. And I want to come back on later on. When I make my run out, you know, I have my camera. I don't know what I'm going to find, but whatever I find, if I find something of note, I'm going to bring it back and share it with everybody. I was supposed to do an anthill and didn't do it. But we're sticking with these shows. We're going to make sure to get this stuff and just bear with us a little longer because the best is yet to come. But I want you to know that you have hands-on proximity to doing stuff on the show with us, with the topics, with the information. We can't depend on CNN, Fox, and headline news. We got to talk to each other. We got to go back to the days when we leaned over the fence with our neighbors and we whispered and we talked about what's going on in the community, the things that are relevant to us. It doesn't mean we have to be in the same city, the same state, or the same country. We wearing the same skin. We're wearing the same melanin. These enemies are out here with their drones, with their informants, and with their coons who look like us, who will quickly sell us out for a chicken sandwich or a blowjob. So we got to be very careful who's around us, right?
Exactly.
So we got to make sure. All right. So just know that we love you. And EMPRESSELLAGEE, this is your show. I want you to have the final word, and we'll ease on out, and we'll be back.
Listen, I just want to say, don't be fearful. You know, this is fear tactics. And we had that young lady that just came on and she said, we have to vibe on a different level. You know, we have to know that we are strong people and that we can manifest our reality, you know, so let's try to do that. Let's make that our focus. I want to say thank you to everyone that graced us with your presence on the show this morning, you know, to come and vibe with us. We're going to make this a regular thing. And thank you all. Make it a wonderful day, you know, as much as is possible. And Brother Lance, once again,
yes.
I thank you for your presence. You're always such a wonderful guest.
Thank you. I'm also the bucket boy, and I sweep floors, and you know, I wash dishes pretty good. So
yeah, I know
we'll make that happen. Coming on, you know, later on, and
yes.
I just dropped the link in there right now. I think it came through. That show will be on, I think, another hour or so. So just check it out.
Okay, guys, check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Yes, indeed. So take care.
Day. We'll be back.
Yes.
8 o'clock tomorrow morning, Eastern Standard Time. Be there. Much love.